How we all getting along today? Well, old boy reached out to me and asked me if I had any pointers on how to change a blade in a rock saw. Well, that's kind of a loaded question because every saw is different. All three of my saws, every one of them's got different little tricks to it. Probably the most important thing is knowing whether the arbor is left-hand thread or right-hand thread. Probably one of the easiest ways to tell if it's set up correctly is the side the drive is on. If the arbor is driven as you're facing the saw from the left-hand saw or left-hand side, it's probably right-hand thread. If it's driven from the right-hand side, it's probably left-hand thread, and that'll keep the blade from coming unscrewed and making everybody's day terrible. The next thing is making sure that the diameter of the arbor matches the inner diameter of the blade that you're going to change. There's some of them come with bushings. You can see you got a couple different little bushings there that make up that difference. This is for my Rock Rascal, smaller saw. But you want to make sure you got the right thickness. Usually the ones that come with the blade are correct, but if you're like me and hoard them and have them stuck around in piles, make sure you're using the right one with the right thickness of blade. Little trick for keeping them in place, pretty simple, is to hold them in place with a piece of Scotch tape. And you see I got a couple little pieces of Scotch tape. That won't affect how it mounts up at all, and it saves you a lot of heartache trying to get that thing lined up and get the bolt tight and all that good stuff. Just a little tip there. When it comes to actually loosening it, there's a lot of different ways to do it. Some of them are easy enough, is that all you have to do is just grab the pulley and hold it. First thing, make sure it's unplugged. Take your wrench, find the nut, get her good and tight, and a lot of times you can just hold against it. Well, that one for sure, and then you can just spin it backwards and unscrew it. If she was to give you a little bit of trouble, this one doesn't have a bolt guard on it, my other one does. You could just wedge something through, hold onto that like that, and use your wrench. Like I said, this one is right-hand thread, so it's a little easier to remember. The other one's left. Just make sure you're going the right way. The third, and not the most recommended way, you see that pair of locking pliers, how I've got the throat ground out on them. That's for stubborn blades. So I've got that throat ground out, so it only clips back past the cutting portion of the blade. And you would adjust that down, set it against your table, not touching the cutting edge at all. Latch it on. That'll lock your blade for you. When you're putting them on, you just do the reverse. Well, I hope that helped you out. Thanks for checking out the channel. Like, subscribe, shoot me some comments. I enjoy it. We'll catch y'all another time. Have a good one.